Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Munciana facility for tonight's middle school state championship battle for the 8th grade title, featuring the Burris Owls versus the Newcastle Trojans. Mike Lingenfelter here alongside me. Randall Gardner. Long day of middle school volleyball, but a great day of volleyball. Randy, what do you think?
We got the defending state champions. Newcastle brought it home last year. This year, a little different lineup just because you got Melanie Schaffmaster out with a knee injury. But they do remember Zoe had a great game last year. Zonk Conway and Darby Williams was a star hit last year. So they should be good. They're both a year older. Be good. And then you got a legend on the other side. You got Dr. Don with the Burris Owls. And a young team, but up and coming, no doubt.
Well, I tell you what, you talk about yesteryear and tomorrow meeting. You know, Don Shondell, the most prolific volleyball coach, the most prolific volleyball person of a lifetime, doing battle against Newcastle's program with, you said, Melanie Schaffmaster out. She could be the future. If Don Shondell is an Olympian, Melanie Schaffmaster very well could be. This could be fun. It's neat little East Central Indiana battle, old school battle, Burris versus Newcastle for the 8th grade state championship. I do have to let everybody know that the 7th grade state championship was won by Newcastle.
Yep, trying to take them both.
Yeah, really, I tell you what, a great future for that program. This should be an interesting go tonight. Who's your favorite and why?
I haven't seen the Burris Owls much today. I saw a little bit of the Newcastle team, ran into a couple good teams earlier, the Lutheran team, and pulled it out. So I don't know. Zoe Conway's playing well, so I'm going Newcastle sweep and taking both titles.
Wow, this is a young Burris team. All 6th and 7th graders, one 8th grader. That's why they're playing up. It should be interesting. I think the keys to this game probably, as always, serve and pass game. Don Shondell, the master of the serve and pass game. Coach Barr trying to sneak a second straight state title out of this. We'll see where we stand. This thing is underway as little Helen Beach bombs in a serve to get it going. Nice defensive play, and Zoe Conway will register the first kill of the day. And it's 1-0, the Newcastle Trojans. And back to serve Zoe Conway. You're going to hear that name a lot.
No doubt. She does a little bit of everything for this team. Now hitting usually DS in the club season, but all for here, she's their go-to attacker.
Just a good volleyball player.
Yeah.
The first long rally of the day going right here. Nice little top spin by Adamowitz. Something tells me this Burris team won't back down, and you're going to see a lot of that. Yeah. Extend plays, just control the ball. Like I said, Don Shondell is the master of the first ball contact. And this thing is evened up, and Brianna Dorsey goes back to serve. Nice little pass and a bump set, and here comes Conway again. Handled very well. Abby Kessler, a great little player with their hands. A little bit of a size. Ashlyn Carey, maybe one of the biggest players on the floor, goes up and goes after Annie Elvin, the biggest of the Burris Owls. And so, nice little showdown of size there. This time it goes for Newcastle. Nice little top spin, poppy there by Elvin. And an attack error, and we're setting it 2s. I tell you, I think the early going in this game is going to be really dominated by first ball contact. Whoever can serve and pass this thing is going to win this game. Right now, you got to keep the ball away from Conway because she's the best ball handler on the floor.
Yeah.
And you see that. Probably the best volleyball player on the floor, as we alluded to. Older than most of these Burris guys because they're 6th and 7th graders mainly. But Zoe Conway, probably the most polished overall player on the floor.
Yep. She takes care of the ball well. Serves well, defends well.
And an unforced hitting error will make it 4-2 Newcastle as Ashlyn Carey continues to serve.
Nice little pass.
It is a very good pass. about that swing? Abby Kessler with a nice bomb, but played up well by Newcastle, put back in play, and going right back to Kessler. Kessler with a little game on her, a little excitement, a little bit of game. That's two really good swings and one for a point. It's 4-3. And then as Adamowicz continues to serve. Nice handle by Emily Scott on the first ball, and they get a good swing off Newcastle. 5-3 lead. And Darby Williams drops back to serve for the Newcastle Trojans.
I think they're going to need Conway to be almost like this Shaftmaster last year.
Well, you know, it's a team still trying to figure out its identity without Shaftmaster, but people like Darby Williams are going to make they're going to pick things up.
She stepped in and started setting for him.
Yeah, they're going to have to make some adjustments, but they got enough talent to do that. Nice talk by the Burris Owls. Miss Beach may come away with the kill, and she gets it there. Contrasting styles here. Newcastle wants to be big and physical at the net. Burris wants long rallies. They want to play long rallies.
That's kind of the history of Muncie Burris.
It is. It's not about what they do, but what they don't do. They tend not to make mistakes. Nice little play there by Rosie Bracken. Beach takes it over. Lauren Nicholson with a nice little shot. Dug out, but a nice swing. Look at this. Back row attack. Annie Elvin banging away. They're going to get it to Kessler again, who really likes going to the setter side. Nice swing. Darby Williams, nice little pop on the ball. Tipped over, handled by Williams. Conway testing the corners, but not today. And they go back to Kessler, who sets it over. Longest rally of the game. Williams going to the line and just wide. And like we said, this is the game that Coach Shondell wants. He wants a game where it's going to come down to unforced errors.
They just keep rallying it out, wait it out.
This little Owls team, these little guys are going to keep the ball and play all day long and force you to make mistakes. It's now 5-5. Nice service pressure. Conway will get the swing. Middle of the court, handled easily by the Owls. Free ball comes over, and they're going to load up again. Once again, denied by the Owls. Kessler ball. And Annie Elvin.
Great swing.
Little pop on that ball. This Newcastle squad a little quiet right now.
Yeah.
Looking for, like I said, you lose Shaftmaster, you lose a great deal of talent, but you also lose a leader. Yeah. Somebody looking for somebody to step up. Conway to Darby Williams. Nice little swing. Handled defensively. And I'll tell you right now, Elvin and Kessler, net error there, but Elvin and Kessler are going to be a load for Newcastle to handle. Those two kids are getting up and ripping.
Yeah, Elvin's scoring well for it.
Oh, you saw Elvin there, and now you got Kessler back here behind the service line bombing away. And bombing away she is.
Big time serve right there.
Yeah, and the first ball contact war, serve and serve receive, is going to Burris right now as they're up 8-5. Kessler continues to bang away. Conway chopping away, handled. Goes to Elvin. Elvin going to center side. Great little defensive play on that corner by Emily Thurlow. Attack error. Dr. Barr may be on the verge of calling the first time out of this affair as Burris starting to get away from him a little bit. Abby Kessler continued to wail away on a serve. Tough serve. Dug up pretty readily. Dorsey with the set and a deep corner shot by Ellen Beach. And this is old school small ball at its best. And there's the timeout we referred to, 10-5. 10-5, the Burris Owls just taking care of business. What do you see so far, Rando?
They just keep the ball alive. They're doing exactly what you just talked about the last few points here. It's kind of a boring game. They just keep the ball alive. They let the game play out. And you see Newcastle can't really find somebody to score. They got Zoe Conway setting right now, and they're 6'2", and they haven't found another offensive option yet. Well, so it's early, though.
Somebody's going to have to get off the floor and swing,
Yep.
Conway right now is a lot of ground-based swings, meaning she's in the stand and roll. And I tell you, Burris is going to dig that all day long.
They are.
They're not, tips aren't falling, the roll shots aren't falling. Somebody's going to have to get up and take a cut at it. I think Lauren Nicholson may be that player for Newcastle.
She could be.
But somebody's going to have to be physical at the net, or this is going to go fast. Nice serve. These guys are fearless.
They are.
You know, Coach Shondell, a little grin on the Fox over there. Coach Shondell, you got to love the fact that he's grinning. And this guy knows championships better than anybody in the country, and he's got this group championship ready. Dorsey with the little chop, and look at that.
Just keeping it alive, find the holes.
12-5, and this right now is a small ball clinic. If you were trying to teach a team how to play, this is very akin to Yorktown High School in the high school setting.
Yeah.
Just serve the heck out of it, pass the heck out of it, and just don't make mistakes. Look at that. Hard hit ball, dug right to target. Conway dishes it up. Communication. And a little bit of frustration. Starting to show with Newcastle. They just got to settle down. This is a totally different game for them. Short serve, called a short serve, and the lift is called on that side. And a great short serve by Kessler.
Unbelievable.
This is a 9-point run for Kessler. This game was tied at 5 when she rolled back here. She doesn't look like she's wanting to give up the serve at all. Bombs away. Great pass by Williams. Williams going to have to be a stud now to get him out of this. Bree Dorsey delivers the rock. And a rare error by both Elvin and the Burris Owls makes it 14-6. Burris.
Heck of a run.
As Lauren Nicholson goes back, and 9-point run. And all they do is pass a perfect ball to target, chop the setter side. This is a recipe you're going to see all night.
Oh, yeah.
And wait for that to happen.
It's almost the last 20 years of watching Muncie Burris volleyball. I think Steve Shondell knows Dr. Don pretty well.
Perfect pass. Elvin chops setter side, forces him into an out-of-system ball, and they live on the air. 15-6. And little Helen Beach bombing away back here. Defend the ball. And a nice shot, a nice aggressive swing. Kind of caught the Owls back on their heels, and that makes it 15-7 Burris.
They're going to need a lot more of those from Darby Williams.
Well, they're going to need some pressure from Emily Scott behind the service line right now to get into this game. This is kind of a make-or-break run for them. There was a great serve. And a rare back-to-back error. They force Bracken out of her comfort zone passing-wise, and Alvin makes the error.
So you got to love Dr. Don making the adjustment already, switching the serve reception around.
Bracken stands up a little bit, passes short. Alvin goes up and gets a big bang on the ball. Zoe Conway chopping corners, stuck on the dime. Nice little swing right there by Kessler. That's money. And right now in this battle of the doctors, Dr. Don Shondell is getting the best of Dr. Barr. Maybe one of the few times in life that you'll do a game where everybody's a doctor.
No doubt.
Nice little play right there. Conway goes up, takes a rip. Nice swing.
Yep.
And she's going to have swings where her feet are off the floor.
Yep.
The stand and roll game has worked really well all day long, but this Burris team covers the floor too well.
They handle it well.
Conway back to serve. I'd really like to see her jumping that thing and putting pressure on him. Nice little swing by Emily Adamowitz. Handled easily. And now here we go back in the small ball long rally. I like the fact that she got up and took a cut. A little communication issue and a little bit of momentum shift right now. As it turns 16-10, Conway continuing to serve.
And in the middle school game, it's a long, long game if you're at 16.
It is. Passers have got to stay over the ball for Burris, passing straight up in the air all of a sudden. I'm sure Coach Shondell will make an adjustment there. Bombs away right there. But once again, feet on the ground. The tougher, the more aggressive swinger coming out is Annie Elvin. That's a great swing. Really impressed with that young lady.
She's unbelievable today.
Good athlete, nice aggressive attitude. Now she steps 30 feet from the net and starts to serve at him. Nice flat serve. And great play by Conway to keep the ball alive. Conway everywhere right now defending. And there she is again, saving it. Nice little pass. Dorsey goes to swing, and the ball does not clear the net. 17-11, and you give that point to Conway on a beautiful serve, because I tell you, Elvin had him nailed the rights on the serve, and Conway came out of nowhere to save that pass.
She did. But she's kind of done that the whole match to keep him in this ball game.
Thurlow with a nice little serve. Now they got to defend.
Oh.
Kessler bombed, and once again Conway attached to the other end of the ball. Conway's going to have to put a cape on to give him a chance in this game. Double contact. 17-12. Conway trying to find a way to get her teammates back in it, and right now doing it on the defensive end. Thurlow continuing to serve. Perfect pass. Tip, nice play by Emily Scott. Conway, deep corner, 17-13, and Coach may be tempted to call a timeout
He's
here.
Up. He's up and moving.
And there's the timeout. Coach Shondell calls the timeout with the scores. Burris House 17, Newcastle 13. Rando, what's Coach Shondell talking about right now?
He's probably just calming them down a little bit. They've had a couple layers. They're hurting themselves right now. And early in the match, they really separated by just keeping the ball in play and making those guys make the mistakes. And sometimes you just need to be refreshed with what you have to do. And he does it better than anybody in the world.
Well, I saw where Coach Shondell pointed at the scoreboard. Every out turned around. I think he was reminding them we're ahead.
Yeah.
We're ahead. Relax. Relax, take care of the ball. And I think you're right. Most of the points right now are being caused by self-inflicted wounds. And, they should be all right. Thurlow continuing to serve and done a wonderful job to this point. Nails that one. Perfect pass again. And Kessler drives the ball into the net. It's 17-14. And momentum has officially shifted.
Yes, it has.
And, whether
a couple of defensive plays and
Conway, 3 defensive plays in a row. Thurlow now 3 or 4 serves in a row, and here we go. Kessler goes choppy. Nice little pickup by Nicholson. Nicholson high outside with a roll shot, run down easily by Beach. And a little roll shot, and they get to the chop game and get out of it. 18-14, Burris in this 8th grade state championship match. Little Emily Adamowicz bombing away on the serve. Conway handling it. Conway coming off the ground, hitting. Dorsey with a great play. The overpass. Oh, they're calling Nicholson for being over the net.
Don't see that too much in the middle school game.
Nicholson's the one player physical enough to do that. Conway not sure what's going on here. Trying to get a conversation with the official, getting clarification to the call. Seems to be content with the call and goes back to her serve-receive slot. And Emily Adamowicz continuing to serve.
Oh, great serve.
That may be a dagger, big fella.
It is, I think so.
That may be a dagger. Emily Adamowicz forces the second timeout. And the answer, they go on a 3-0 run following Coach Shondell's timeout. That's all you can ask. I asked you a minute ago what the heck Coach Shondell may be talking about. What's Dr. Barr hitting on?
They had that run there, and same thing you talked about. We got to make sure we get Burris out a little uneasy, make him make some errors, make him get in some tough situations. But more importantly, like you talked about, they got to jump and attack. They have to be aggressive, and it's hit or miss with them right now.
It's kind of like being on the beast at Kings Island, watching this game. You're going uphill and everything's beautiful. Next thing you know, you're going downhill at 65 miles an hour. The momentum in this thing is shifted like crazy. Right now, that momentum is in the hands of Emily Adamowicz and the Burris Owls. 2014, Owls serving. Deep serve. Nice little handle by Emily Scott. They got Nicholson with the ball, but an attack error is going to make it 21-14. And the Owls starting to close in on set 1. Nice high short serve. Nice change of pace. forces the free ball to get what they wanted. Nice little chop right there by Helen Beach. Kessler, nice swing to the setter side. They continue to attack setter side relentlessly. And that ball hit right over the shoulder of Dorsey, and that will go down as a kill for Ashlyn Carey. And Carey is rewarded by going back with the serve. 21-15, Owls. Newcastle serving. Perfect pass by Elvin. Nice high swing by Kessler, dug up by Conway. Conway will return the free ball. Dorsey steps in on it, kicks it out. Kessler with the tip. Kick back over by Nicholson. Miss Beach with the soft shot. I love Beach. I love Beach. Feisty little character.
Finds the floor.
Yeah, just a heat seeker, man. She's looking for the floor in every ball. I like her. And she gives them a 22-15 lead.
It's not about style points here in the state final.
Rosie Bracken unloading, but another deep corner shot scoring for Conway. 22-16. Nice little serve by Darbo and Darby Williams.
There's the overpass.
Nice serve, but the overpass sneaks in. Looking to close this one out. One of the stars of this first set is Abby Kessler, trying to close this thing out at 23-16. Tough serve handled by Darby Williams. Good little ball. Williams chopping. Beach robbing her. Elvin, who's been bombing the whole time, can't get it by Nicholson. Elvin again. Can't get it by Nicholson. Goes back Williams, and Williams sneaks one in. 23-17. Burris lead, and back to serve Lauren Nicholson for Newcastle.
I think they needed that a little sooner. I don't know if you can come any closer than that.
Nicholson just shaving the net and dropping that baby in there and cutting this to a 5-point deficit at 23-18. Nice serve, passed well. The bomber, Annie Elvin, bombs away, 24-18, and we're setting at set point in Helen Beach.
And look who's back there.
I'm telling you, she's been the Terminator today. She's a dangerous little cat. Helen Beach, the assassin back here looking to finish it. Beach, bombing deep. Nice serve, handled well. Comes down to Darby Williams. Beach with the dig. Dorsey kicks it. Elvin bombs it. Game over. 25-18. Set one goes to the Owls and the legendary coach Don Shondell.
He's smiling.
Well, I tell you what, about the one thing the Hall of Fame coach doesn't have in his arsenal is a state, middle school, high school, a middle school championship. And Don Shondell, the legendary coach and Hall of Famer.
Yeah, no doubt.
About to add that to his resume. How many sheets is that thing? I mean, the Don Shondell resume, how many sheets?
Oh.
A couple trees went down for that.
Yeah,
baby.
no doubt.
Well, folks, we'll be back to pick up set two in a second. We're going to leave you with the Burris Owls up 1-0 in the 8th grade state middle school championships. welcome back to the Munciana facility in Yorktown, Indiana. Talking between games, one of the neat things about this is Burris High School varsity coach Mike Dodrell not only sitting on the bench, but talking when Coach Shondell is turning in the lineup, being incredibly supportive. Your thoughts?
I think that's the key to having a good program. Steve Shondell would have been exactly the same kind of guy back when Burris was still there. So, I mean, it's one of those things you got to love about Mike Dodrell and his passion and love for the Burris Owls. He bleeds blue, no doubt about that.
He was the head coach at Newcastle. He was an assistant coach for you at Newcastle. He was an assistant coach for me at Wapahani on a couple of state championship teams. Was an assistant coach for Steve Shondell for years. But even though he came to Wapahani and ultimately ended up at Newcastle, his heart and soul were always at Burris. And you can see him on this sideline enjoying these kids. It shows.
It does. And that's why I told him when he thought about leaving. It was the right thing. He had to go home.
That's awesome. Well, starting set 2 will be Zoe Conway for Newcastle, and here we go. Beautiful serve. Handled well by Rosie Bracken.
There you go.
Big bomb. Starting off right where we left off by Elvin. Chop ball dug well. Elvin swinging again, and we're going to call a lift on the set. Hands got a little too deep dish for the officials there, and solid call, and it's 1-0 Newcastle.
It is a Stefano.
It is indeed. And Helen Beach doing what she does, swinging away, and Helen Beach, I'm telling you, the kid just seeks it. She finds it and goes after it. And Helen Beach ties it up at 1-1, and Helen Beach drops back to serve. Tough little flat serve. Handled well by Emily Scott. Darby Williams bombs away, and a little too much heat for the younger Beach. And Darby Williams, nice pace on that swing. Gives the Newcastle Trojans a 2-1 lead. And Emily Thurlow, one of the stars of set 1, goes back to serve.
Yeah, I think Thurlow and I think Darby, if they can add some attack out of the front row, they'll be all right.
Got to help Conway. Nice pass. Elvin bombing away. Heaviest ball hit tonight. Andy Elvin swings it. Nicholson swings. Nick, all in a great rundown play by Bracken. Great pursuit by Adamowicz. But not enough, and it's 3-1 Newcastle. Thurlow continuing to swing away. A nice little ball pass perfectly to target by Bracken. Little chop and swing, and they're going to call the lift on that, but the kill had already occurred. Emily Adamowicz, just a nice little chop shot for the point. And now Bree Dorsey back to swing away for the Burris Owls. Zoe Conway ripping it. Nice play by Kessler.
Nice hands.
She does have Elvin, nice hands. Adamowicz, good swing. Scott ripping away. Another long rally. Will this go to Burris? Not this time. Intimidating block at the net by Darby Williams makes it 4-2 Newcastle Trojans. And back to serve Ashlyn Carey for the Trojans.
The Trojans are going to need to come out of the gate fast. Last time they kind of fell out.
And a little let serve handled easily by Elvin. Elvin ripping it to the corner, dug out by Conway. Crafty play by Williams, played out well by Burris. Swing setter side.
It's been the story of the day right there.
Same song, different verse.
Newcastle in the 7th grade game, they hit a lot of setter side. Burris is doing it well in the 8th grade. And I can tell you both teams were scoring left and right.
Yep. And Elvin awarded with the serve after a nice little shot to the setter side. Elvin jump serve. Conway handles it. And it's a free ball over. Dorsey handles the first contact. Bracken sets it. Kessler bangs. Williams robs her. Williams with the swing. Nice chop handled by Kessler. Kessler back at him. Roll shot in what we call the 36, the middle of the 3-zone, 6-zone. Nice little chop and rob. It's 4-4. And here come the Owls.
Dr. Don with a little bit of smile on that shot.
3-point run for the Owls. Elvin bombing away. Nice serve. It's going to force a free ball out of Conway. Handled easily with the hands by Elvin. Kessler with the swing. Defended by Conway. Nicholson with the chop. Robbed by Beach. Kessler with the free ball. Thurlow handles it. Conway will swing it. Tough diving save. And my girl Beach gets out of it. Just a gamer, baby. And it's 5-4. And just like that, a 4-point run by the Owls puts them up front 5-4. Elvin continuing to chip away back here at that tough serve. And chip she does there with an ace. Got a little high heat in on Scott and a little too tough to handle. And Elvin celebrates a little bit and goes back to serve.
That's kind of Burris' MO, though. They just stick around, and then all of a sudden they're in the lead and they're rolling.
Stick around, and soon you're not around for the opponents. Conway ripping it. And I'm telling you, I really believe that Newcastle, that's going to be the recipe for success for them, is they're going to have to get up, grip it, and rip it every time. You can't win on the small ball.
You
can't beat small ball with small ball.
And they're the masters of it.
They are the masters. Darby Williams, tough serve. Elvin handles it. Elvin's going to get up and chop and a hitting error. And you force him off the net with a very aggressive serve, and suddenly you got an advantage. 6-6 on a quick 2-point run by the Newcastle Trojans, and Darby Williams continues to serve.
Darby was a star last year in the 7th grade state championship.
Yes. Great pass by Beach. Goes to Adamowicz. And Adamowicz a little intimidated at the net by the size by Newcastle. Archie and Nicholson put up a pretty formidable block and a 3-point run, and it's 7-6 Newcastle, trying to even this at one set apiece. Great serve.
Yeah.
Forced them off the net.
There's your girl.
Nice little play by Nicholson. And Williams gets a good swing off. I like the aggressive play on both sides. Kessler swings. Nicholson is too much at the net. Nicholson starting to impose her size at the net. Nice block, and it's 8-6 Newcastle. Coach Barr signaling for him to stay down in zone 5, going after my girl Beach. And Darby Williams gets her. Free ball over, and suddenly a lot of free balls, and that's, look at that. Conway, crafty little slip shot on him there. Looked like the ending of the movie Side Out, but it works. And it's going to force a timeout out of Dr. Don Shondell. Newcastle up 9-6 on a 5-point run. What are you seeing?
I think two totally different games right there. The first set, Dr. Don and the crew got off to a great start. And Newcastle hurt themselves in this game. Newcastle's being a little more aggressive and getting after it and seeing what happens, and we'll see how it keeps continuing. If Newcastle can keep it going, it plays into their cards.
Well, I think that you're dead on. Our crew has been doing a beautiful job today. Josh Collins, the PA man. Sarah Vance taking the books. Tournament director as well, doing a wonderful job. I got to give two of the better players in East Central Indiana, Avery Powell and Gabby Zagunda, both collegiate athletes to be, taking time out of their Saturday to help these younger guys. No one's going to help out on that one. I'll tell you, Darby Williams, beautiful serve. Come back, Zoe Conway kicking it out to Darby Williams. These two are going to become a tag team if they're going to win it. Nice dig by Thurlow. Kicks it up, Conway banging the rock. Nice delivery, Kessler. And that ball is going to, and Williams, beautiful effort.
Oh, yeah.
In this day and age of concussions, you got to love to see a kid run right into the wall. Williams, great effort. Can't quite get it back. 9-7 Newcastle. Domowitz with a tough little serve, forces the free ball. Handled easily out here by Bracken. Bracken with the swing. Dug up. Conway going to Darby. You're going to see Williams, the Conway to Williams show is going to become big here. And welcome back.
Center side.
Kessler, center side. Like Novocaine, sooner or later he'll put you to sleep, and that time he got it. That's a beautiful swing by the youngster. Nice little pass. Williams takes it back to Nicholson. Nicholson squeaks it over Kessler. Going to chop. Nope, robbed by Darby Williams. Going back, Kessler kicks it over to Bracken. Bracken chopping, center side. Nice little play there. Long rally waiting for the air, and we've got it all knotted up at 9. This little Burris squad is pesky.
That's what they do.
They will not go away. Pursuit, relentless pursuit is what they're all about. Conway, great effort. Scott hits it. That ball lands in the corner. A ball in the corner pocket there, and that's a beautiful swing by Emmy Scott.
Maybe they should take a little more rest and get Scott the ball occasionally.
Yeah, it's a nice little cut. Back to serve is Lauren Nicholson with the 10-9 lead in set 2. Bree Dorsey, perfect pass, kicks it up. Beach attacking him, denied at the net by Archie. Kessler, the bomber. Tipping
Nice
it,
play by
Archie
Scott.
slapping it over. Archie just getting a fingertip on that sucker, keeping it alive and giving the Newcastle Trojans an 11-9 lead. Coach Bard giving some instruction to Lauren Nicholson, and here she goes. Tough little serve, handled by Adamowitz. Nice swing by Beach. Played out by Nicholson. Chop shot Conway. Dish by Bracken. Kessler swinging off the block. Archie, a diving save, but not enough. And yet another kill for Kessler, going center side at 11-10 Newcastle.
When Kessler's got it back to zone 1, she has scored almost every single time. She's been in the middle of the court. They've defended him at Newcastle.
Well, you got to get away from Conway. In the middle of the court is where she hangs out. Tough service error, and the ball goes back to Emily Scott and the Newcastle Trojans. 12-10 lead. Nice little serve handled by Beach. Kicked up, Kessler ripping center side. And the little fella bringing the heat. 12-11. And Kessler drops back to serve it.
Do you maybe go with the MLB shift over there?
I tell you what, you got to put everybody over there. They're killing the setter side. Nice attack, setter side by Conway herself. Setter side by again. And a Henny Elvin. I'm thinking I may move everybody over there. Even let's see if we can get some out of the concession stand to stand over there as well. We need all the help we can get. This New Burris team is attacking setter side relentlessly. 12-12. Kessler continued to swing away in a service error. A rare service error for the Burris Owls, but an error nonetheless. It's 13-12 as Zoe Conway, the star of this Newcastle squad, goes back to swing. Tough serve handled by Bracken. Taken over by Kessler. Conway with the dig. Williams with the set. Thurlow with the swing. Bracken on the receiving end again. Oh, nice serve by Elvin.
Keep it alive. Keep it alive.
Nice save by Elvin. And an attack error by Ashlyn Carey knots this baby up at 13. Halfway through set 2. A must-win set for the Newcastle squad. And Beach continues to serve away at him. Scott backed off. Williams with the roll shot. Elvin, and this has got to go setter side. Bombing, but you put it in Zoe Conway's territory.
Give a little more spin on it.
Got to get that baby away from Conway. Nice play by Scott. Taken over, nice play. Going to go back to the big fella. Ripping away, and Scott has the answer. Will he go back again? No. Drop it. Oh, the big fella ripping it. Bombing away, and that time one-on-one. Elvin gets the win. She bangs away, and Zoe Conway can't bring it back. It's 14-13 Burris.
I think you got to feed Elvin when she's up in the far round. Every ball.
Elvin Kessler, they got to see a lot of balls. Helen Beach back to serve again. Tough serve. Scott handles it with ease. Williams kicks it Conway. And Conway, a rare hitting error. And now they're starting to get a little breathing room. This is where Burris broke away in set 1. It's 15-13. With little Beach serving, they went on a 6-point run that ended the first game, basically. Beach on a third serve now. Williams, Conway, roll shot. And they're going to call a net error. And here we go again, big fella. 16-13, Beach anchoring it. And I think Dr. Barr's got to call the timeout.
The wheels were shooting shaky.
This may be it. You know, they've got to come up with a stop right now, or this thing could get away from them.
Yeah.
What do they got to do to get that stop?
I think they got to be more aggressive. I think they're just kind of keeping the ball alive right now, and you don't want to do that with Burris. Burris keeps the ball alive themselves really well. If you do that, they will beat you at their game.
Well, those cats on the other side, the Burris Owls, they just fly around.
Yeah.
They're pesky. They're constant. They're like a fly at a picnic.
They
You
are.
just can't
But you know
shoo
what's
'em
crazy
away.
about it, though, is they're swinging well, too. So not only are they keeping the ball alive, they're also and they're being aggressive to the corners.
Well, the neat thing about it is Elvin and Kessler are their killers.
Yeah.
Those guys, you get them the ball, they can terminate. But the neat thing is the Brackens, the Beaches, the Adamwitzes, those guys, they just go up and they're taking what you're giving them.
Yeah.
And more often than not, they're scoring. Well, here we come out of the timeout. 16-13 Burris looking to win this thing. And Beach back to serve again. Tough serve. Got what they wanted out of it. They got the free ball. Nice little play by Beach. She's everywhere. And the big fella just bombing away. Annie Elvin is just having a field day. Now she's going the other way.
Yeah.
She's turned back power side. And just like that, Little Helen Beach has got a 5-point run on her hands and continuing to go. Darby Williams ripping it. Beach sitting on it. Dorsey kicks it. Kessler takes it over, free ball. This is their chance. And they rob Williams there. Kessler going to get another swing.
Set her side.
And so I tell you what, Molly Welsh just couldn't handle that one. That was a little too much heat. She had the right position, just a little too much gas, and it's 18-13. And just as we said, this is where they got away in set one, and then Newcastle better answer quicker. Set two is going to get away as well. Tough serve by Beach. Williams going up, giving it a rip.
Nice.
Handled relatively easily by Kessler. Free ball over. Darby trying to find ways to score. So you're going to the big fellas, banging away. And I tell you, Annie Elvin, look at that. Starting to get a little excited. And she's even smiling now. So Elvin's starting to show a little bit of a relaxation. That kid gets relaxed. This could get ugly in a hurry. Dorsey knowing where to fish. She's throwing it to the hammer. Kicked up. This is going to be a tough play by Zoe Conway. And all of a sudden, it's 20-13. And Dr. Barr's got to figure out how this 8-point run is going to stop. Beach going back to serve again. Tough serve in the middle of the court. Scott handles easily. Conway tries to score setter side. Can't. Kessler back row. Tough dig by Conway. All right, there you go. Nice shot. Dug up well. Dorsey brings it back on the free ball. Carey again swinging, and Carey draws him into the net. And Carey emphatically trying to get her teammates coming with her. She's begging them to come with her. 20-14.
I was about to say, they didn't win that point.
Nice.
Maybe a fire alarm needed to be pulled around.
I like this Carey's. I like Carey's emotion.
Yeah.
She wants to go, baby. And here we go.
Dr. Don looking relaxed on the bench.
Nice little serve to get them going. Handled easily by Bracken. And we're going to call double on Dorsey there. Nice call by the official. It's 20-15 and a 2-point run. Carey is really jacked up. Emily Thurlow continues to serve it. Dorsey dishes it. And that may be the nail. That's a nice shot. Out of system swing by Elvin. And Dr. Barr is calling his last timeout of the night.
Yeah, I know. That was Dr. Don calling the timeout.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Muncie Burris called it. I was shocked as well. Dr. Don probably, maybe even talk about what they're going to do after this.
I had the good fortune of playing for Dr. Don, and that timeout, I'm sure he's calling to remind them what they got to do to finish this thing off. He's feeling this.
Yeah.
The big fella's feeling the title. Like I said, he has as long a resume as any man in North America, but the one thing not on that resume, an Indiana middle school state championship.
And he's got a good shot right now.
It's what I tell you, it's awesome just watching him do his thing. Sly as the fox, and he's ready to get one here. That's what he was talking, settling his crew down, and probably talking about how they're going to celebrate. Guys going to be pouring milk on each other's heads. Dorsey with a nice little serve.
Let's see if we can get some bricks for him to kiss.
Nicholson with the roll shot. Dug out by Beach. Great match by Beach. That's tough little swing by Domowitz, and she gets it. She gets it. Just take him what they're giving, baby. Not trying to do too much, just doing enough the Don Shondell way. Win it with ball control and win it with poise, and that's what they're doing.
Great serve.
Bree Dorsey, great serve. Nice deep serve, drives them deep into the court. And now there is Dr. Barr's last time out. Don Shondell setting up 23-15 with these Burris Owls. Sitting on the fringe of a title. Newcastle looking to win 2 straight state championships. Melanie Schaffmaster sitting on the bench, that does make a difference, but I will tell you, it does not taint anything that you've seen today. This has absolutely been a small ball clinic, and it's a different style of volleyball, a style that a lot of people have forgotten. But that man sitting on the Burris bench won about 8,000 games doing it, and his sons have followed in his footsteps and done the same thing.
If it works, keep doing it.
And he's on the cusp of doing something no one in his family has ever done, win a state middle school championship. And now he's 1 point away from doing that.
And just like you said it also, this will be the first one for Mike Dodrell as well. He's won a few himself with Steve Shondell and you and everybody else.
I'll tell you what, Dorsey goes back for match point. Tough serve, handled well. Nicholson swings, chops line, dug by Dorsey.
There it is.
Kicked up high, and that will end it. Elvin fittingly puts the finishing touches on it. Burris fans go crazy, and I'll be honest, with all due respect to Dr. Barr and the beautiful program he's got going at Newcastle, I couldn't be prouder or happier for a single person in my life. One of the great gifts of my life is Don Shondell, and to see him win at this state of life, in this stage of his life, is phenomenal. I'm telling you,
unbelievable.
It never gets old.
Doesn't.
Never gets old. Your final thoughts, Doe?
Unbelievable. And we talked about it. It's just that's Muncie Burris history. That's Dr. Don Shondell's history. That's Shondell family's history. Keep the ball alive. Figure out what you got to do to win, and get them home.
Well, the Burris Owl machine seemingly stopped a couple of years ago, but I will tell you this has got to give you hope that baby is coming back, and the rest of the state has got to understand that, man, if these guys come back and start doing what they've done for all those years, this thing could get interesting. Yep. But tremendous day of volleyball, Randy. Congratulations to Dr. Barr and his squad. I thought that, without Melanie Schaffmaster, it was going to be tough, but they handled it with great dignity and great class. They worked their way back into the championships. Yeah. And to do that is really remarkable. He had their chances, just 2 really huge runs by Beach ended them. But congratulations to Dr. Barr and his squad, and an incredible program.
Bright futures for both programs, though.
Pardon?
100%. I said bright future for both
programs.
programs.
You look at it, Newcastle wins the 7th grade state championship, runner-up in the 8th grade state championship.
Won it last year.
Yeah, they won it last year, the first back-to-back champions in the history of the state championships. With all due respect, you got to be excited if you're a Newcastle fan and a Newcastle player and or coach. These guys are visibly upset, but what a great performance by a great group of kids. And there's some kids in that group that are going to be real stars at the next level. And there will be right there Melanie Schaffmaster. I'm not so sure that there's a ceiling on that kid. That kid could be an Olympian someday. So Newcastle, you're in good hands, and you should be excited about what these young ladies did. Some great play, and a bunch of kids that were playing in different positions. And congratulations to Dr. Barr. Like I said, class act. I love what they did.
And there we go. I think the Burris Owls have seen a few of these.
Yeah, they've got a few championships. They got a few championship plaques.
First one of these, man.
First one ever for these guys. I'm happy to see it. It's exciting to be here for this. Like I said, this is a team that could be back. You had a lot of 6th and 7th graders playing on this.
Only
group.
one 8th grader.
Only one 8th grader. The Kessler kid was phenomenal. The Elvin kid blew it up. But I tell you what, it was the peripheral guys, Bracken, Beach, Dorsey, Adamowitz. Those other guys, the secondary players did exactly what Coach Shondell needed to do, but that's what great coaches do. That's what great coaches do. Big fella giving us a thumbs up over there. You know what? I'll be honest, my eyes were watering up. What a great opportunity to watch him do this. If you never got a chance to see or listen to Coach Condell do his thing, he's a blessing from God. A simple blessing from God. And you know what, Randy? This day's been a blessing.
It has.
Beautiful day of volleyball comes to an end at the Munciana facility. One of the finest things we get a chance to do all year long is the middle school state championships. Tremendous run tournament by Sarah Vance. Great officiating and support crew work today. But I couldn't be happier with how this thing turned out. A wonderful opportunity for everybody involved. So with that said, Rando, I think it's time to say goodnight. Long day of volleyball.
We'll see you guys next year.
Yep. Mike Lingenfelter, Randy Gardner saying goodbye from the Munciana facility.